This is Steve Hoem, and today is February 26th edition of Sound Advice. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to talk about winter and some of the mistakes to avoid if you are buying a home in winter. I don't need to tell you, especially if you're watching this in my home state of Minnesota, that it's cold in the winter. So as a buyer, some of the things you need to think about, actually many of the things you need to think about are related to the cold. First of all, there's snow cover on many of the surfaces in a house. So you need to think about that. If the owners have a dog, what is the yard going to look like when the snow melts? Make sure that if they do have a dog, that you specify that they are to pick up the yard as best they can. You don't want to have the Easter puppy leave you presents for in the spring. The snow also covers the roof, so you're going to need to do some fact finding on your own to see what condition of the roof is. You probably can't see it. The inspector's not going to be able to get up on the roof if it's snow covered, nor is the inspector going to be able to ascertain the condition of the roof from the ground. So you want to pull permits from the city just to confirm how old the roof is, refer to the seller's disclosures of what they say about the roof, and then look up in the sheathing. The inspector can look at the underside of the roof in the attic and in the garage, and that'll give you a good idea of the condition of the roof, as well as any indications of ice dams inside the home. When it's cold out, the air conditioning can't be run, so if it's below 60 degrees, you're going to again have to refer to the disclosures as well as permits to see how old the air conditioning is. If it's old, if it looks like it's in bad condition, you may want to take out a warranty on the air conditioning to make sure that it works properly in the spring when you turn it on, that the temperature drop, etc., that it's just operating properly in the spring. You don't want a bad surprise there. Look for icicles on the roof or on the gutters, because icicles indicate either needing more insulation or more ventilation in the attic and heat loss up through the attic. An energy audit after purchase, probably hard to do that before purchase, but an energy audit would help you fine-tune that and look for any leaks, air leaks, etc. in the home. And the final item is get ready for spring. Make sure that the gutters are attached, the downspouts are attached, the sump pump runs, and that way when spring comes and if the sump pump runs, you don't end up with a wet basement, that any drainage occurs properly. So there you have it. There's some things to think about when you're buying a home in winter. Stay tuned for my next edition on Thursday, when I will talk about how to succeed in a low inventory, high multiple offer home buying environment. Again, Steve Hoem, Edina Realty and the Home Team.